tabs, you see for the rest of them, I think. So basically, most of the screens. So I think having 12, 224 is actually nice for a web. That's for laptops, precisely laptops. All right. So moving on. All right. So we have this, and before the tutorial started, so before I set up these things, I had some things I already laid down. I made this funny looking logo here with shaped slope. So if I'm just going to run this thing again, it's just like having your triangle, right? And making it this way, flattening it with Control E, right? Then duplicate, Shift V to flip upside down, take it to this edge, then I reduced it a bit, right? So then I flatten the both of them also, Control E, get, and what I did next was I'm using my pencil rather to do something like this, right? Then duplicated this, flipped it. Sorry. Right, so I had this here.
Sorry, how did you flip?
You said
Said how did you flip the this design?
the
How did you
logo.
flip it? You said what did you use? Is it control what? Control what?
Okay, to flatten your images or to flatten your elements, right? Use Control E, Control plus E. All right, so I was just flattening
Oh,
everything. Now, if you look at this edge here, it's now a vector. All right, so you can now adjust the points with this that tool there. So you would see this is adjust your point and all. If you get what I mean.
Chucho, sorry. You
Yeah.
said just now Control E to flatten. You didn't say about the
the
what did you
flip.
call it? Yeah, the flip. You didn't talk about the flip.
The what?
The
Like to
flip,
flip
flip.
it now. When you did the other side, you flipped it vertical or horizontal.
Okay,
How did
yeah,
you do
okay,
that?
sorry. To flip, right? You use Shift H for horizontal flipping and Shift V for vertical flipping. Like if I have this and I use Shift V, it goes upside down, right? So if it's H, it goes the other way. I know you can't see it because it's almost similar to each other, right? So yeah, then flipping it like this. That's Shift H or Shift V. You get, so that was how I created the logo you're seeing here. All right. So and also the font I use here is Philosopher. All right. So I think everyone is still here. All right. The font is Philosopher, and here I used Poppins for this particular one. But I actually, I spaced the character. All right. So I spaced the character. So having the logo done, and we have this already. All right. So I'm just going to start. Uh, all right. I'm just going to start the next process right now. So since we have our grid system done, we have our logos done. So the next thing is in order for me not to waste too much time, I already created them before now, so I don't have to reuse again. So the ones that I think you would need, we'll do it right here. Right. So I think we need to get our images. Right. I use this image. All right. So mm, now I think we have this image already. Let me just darken it a bit because of contrast. All right. So that's nice. Then um, one thing you should notice here. Okay, I actually added this text inside a frame. So if you want to do that quickly, once you have, for instance, you have your text here. This is your text without a frame, okay, and you want to wrap it into a frame. And the reason I did this was because I am going to add, animations to them. So what you just do is you hold your control, your alternate, and your G. All right, it wraps the text inside a frame or whatever you are actually going to do. So anything, even if it's this one too, right? If you use your control, alternate, and G, it wraps it inside the frame. All right. So, and the idea here is something you would find out later. So the idea is what you find out later, right? So now let's move on. I'm just going to drag these two texts here, and I'm going to put them around here. Let's see. I think this is the center. Okay. Yeah. Then let's take our logo. I think this is nice. Then I'm going to do something also. I would just get this tool here. Let's make it around 4 or 3. I think 4 will be nice. All right, 4 is nice. Now, please be attentive, all right, because what I'm going to do here is something I you might want to take note of. So now I have this one, this text wrapped inside the frame, and I also have this wrapped inside the frame, and I have um, this stuff here. Now, what I want to achieve is an animation where when this page loads, all right, you will see this particular text sliding in from this stroke here. It fades and comes up, right? So it slides from here down to the top, and this one comes from the top to the bottom. All right. So now we have this here. Then I'm just going to do something else. What do we need? What do we need? All right, we need the nav bar. So right, so we have an nav bar here, right? And I'm just going to let me take this as a logo, for instance. Let's just say this is the logo. Don't have too much time to show some of these stuffs. Right, so I'm just going to grab what's inside here outside, put it back to 0. Right, so I want to create my nav bar, and I'm just going to show you variants, how to use variants here also. Right, so it's going to be helpful. So let's say this is we have home here, home. I'm going to make this bold, all right, or let me just say, yeah, semi bold. Okay. Now having this one here, I would make it a component. All right. Now having this as a component, I want to create an active state. I want to create an inactive state and also a hover state. Right. So when your mouse goes through this text or whichever text it is, it's either you click to make it active or you hover to make it, to indicate that this is an element or something. So that's what I'm just going to do. So the next thing I'm going to do is adding variance to it. Right, so we have a variant here. Now, what I will do is I'm just going to make rename it here on this side. Please, if I'm too fast, just bring me back to order. Right on this part here, I'm just going to rename it to, let me just say, inactive. Uh, Inactive. All right. So here, I'll name this one to active. All right. So now we are still going to create one more thing, which is the hover state. All right. So all right. So on this part here, just click on this button, this plus button here. It gives you another extra field, right? So now we can say this is hover. All right. And I'm just going to change this color to make it at least to differentiate them. Let's make this one a bit lighter. So change it from semi-bold to regular. I think, yeah, it's nice. Then here, we're going to make this one bigger. Let's say 28. 28. Yeah, 28 is nice. Uh, then also, I'm going to change the color to, let's use red for instance, for now. Let's use red for now. So now we have these three states here. Also, we are going to create one more property. So if you want to create another property, we are going to select the main, you know, variant, and come to this angle here and select add new property. Now this add new property here, we are going to give it hover states. We are going to name it hover. All right. So let's rename this first one here to is bold. I'll tell you why I'm naming them this way. Now, the reason you have is bold is because I'll be asking questions of myself and also my designs when I'm interacting. If I click on this, right, is it bold? Yes or no? If this is active, yes or no? And if this is overstate, yes or no? All right. So here now I have active, all right. So I have inactive here, and I have overstate here. So now let me the next thing we want to do is your hover state here. You rename it. I think I'll just do a different videos on variants. I'll do a different videos on variants, so you don't get confused if this is your first time of seeing naming conventions and variants. All right. So on hover states, we can just type true, yeah, and here on hover states we write false. Okay. Here too we write false. Okay. So I'm going to add one more. So we have this so we're going to add active state, right? So on this active state here it will be true. On this active state here it will be false, and here also it will be false. You'll see the effect once I'm done. All right, so let's just bring this one out, copy it out, and create the nav bar. So I'm going to duplicate this multiple times. All right, and I'm going to make them auto layout. So I want to make sure they're inside this. Yeah, they're here. I'm going to center them. Right now, I need to change this in obviously. So on this particular part, if you look at my cursor here, you can see there are different toggle switch. Okay, if I switch this off and on, it changes. All right. So if I switch this off and on, it changes. So now it's inactive here. All right, and here too, I'm going to make it inactive. All right. So let me just change the text to, let's say, Tor and birds. All right. Hello guys, am I communicating? Hello.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, we can
yes,
hear
yes.
you.
Hope you guys are not confused in any
Yes.
aspect.
No.
Kind of. We are confused, kind of.
Okay, I understand the variance can be very, very confusing. All right, so I think I will do a separate tutorial on variance. All right, so that will be better. Separate tutorial
And
on
on
Okay.
variance.
All right.
properties too,
Thank you.
because that properties is the confusing part for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so now I'm going to do a little interactions between them here, so I can activate my stuff. So while on here, okay, it should be on mouse hovering, while hovering. I think that's all I need. Yeah, yeah, that should be all I need. All right, so I'm just going to preview this one for now, and let's see how it is. Um, all right, so are you seeing it? You can see if I toggle to them, there is this interactions. So that's it. But I think it's too slow, so I'm going to make it.
Sorry, Chucho, I'm lost. Sorry. That
Oh,
hover state that you this God, who's laughing? Please, this part that you just did this prototype now, do you have to do it from the second one to the next one? Can
no,
you explain that
just
part again?
okay. Now let me explain. Right. So this particular one here means that this is the active screen. All right. For instance, your home, right, in your web page, right, it's the active state right now. So it's unclickable. You don't need to click it because you're already there. So now on the other parts where you can still click, which is this one here, while you hover on it, it's making this interaction. All right. So when your mouse, just the way my mouse is hovering around this text here, and you can see this rectangle around them, that's the same way it should look like. All right. So it's an interaction like that. I think, do you understand what I mean now?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
All right. So I'm just going to make this thing a bit faster. So I'll change this to 100 millisecond instead. So let's check it out again. All right. So I think it's better now. All right. So now the next thing I want to do, since this particular part is ready, I want to create this into a frame. So one thing I'll teach you now is to make you work faster, right? If you have too many stops in your frame, like in your frame, and you want to select everything at once, and you don't want to go through the stress of going from this your right left hand panel here and selecting the one after the other, just come to this edge, select the parent frame, click enter. It automatically selects only what is inside the frame and not selecting the frame itself. If you can see it from here now, look at the frame is not selected, but every other thing within the frame is selected. Right, so it does a quick hack for you. Just select the parent frame, which is being selected here now, and you press enter. Then it automatically selects everything that is inside, leaving the parent frame alone. Right, so now I'm still going to use that same thing I taught you, the control alternate plus G, to make everything a frame inside. Right, so there's now a frame housing everything, which is now your hero page, a frame inside the frame. Right, so I hope you get that. I'm just going to rename this one now to intro because I would want to add some interactions here too. So we have this. Then the next thing, I'm going to duplicate this frame, and I'll name this, should I say home? I'll name this home. All right, can you guys give me just a minute? I think someone is at my door. All right, hi guys, I'm back. Sorry for that. Back to where we are. All right, so now I duplicated this frame, and there is something else that I'm going to do here. Um, I need I need a text around here. So I already have one. I just copied. So don't mind the text. The text is just rubbish. I'm going to add that one here also. Yeah. So like I said before, forget the design. It's the interactions that I'm teaching you. Right. So we have this here, and I think I need one more thing also. All right. So I need one more thing also. I'm just going to create a little something around here. Um, I think this is nice, and right. So I think I have this here. Then all right. So yeah, this should be it. Then I need one more thing also. I think I need a text that says scroll. Yeah. So now before you make interactions, right? If you're going to use smart animates for your interactions, you make sure that the place you are transiting to, all right, um, whatever is going to be on the next frame should also be in the previous frame. All right. If you notice here, I have this particular part here, and it's here. This one too also is supposed to be here. So I have this here, then I select this, and I'm going to put it around the same place. Right. So then the next thing I want to do also, I'm going to make this a frame also, because um, it will be clickable. So holding my Control Alt and G also, then also this one, copying the both of them, and I'll be placing it here also. Yeah. Now, since we have these two frames ready, we would now start the first interactions. All right. So from here, please note what I'm going to be doing here now. I have this particular text here, this logo here. I would actually have to shrink it down a bit. So if you want to shrink down automatically, like scaling down in every aspect proportionally, first of all, you select your press your key. So it gives you this double dots on your arrow cursor here. If it's V, it takes you back to this shape tool. But if it's K, it scales it down for you. So I'm going to hold my Alt and my Shift key. Then I'll left click to shrink the both of them down, this way. Then I'm going to, maybe make it transparent to 0 so you can't see it. Now, before now, I told you that I wrapped this text inside a frame, and here you're going to see the reason. Now, it's inside the frame. First things first, select the frame and press enter to select only what is inside. Then you hold your shift, move it down a bit. All right. Now it is hidden. All right. So it is hidden this way. Um, I'm going to do the same for this particular one here. Press enter, select what is inside there, shift and forward. All right. So now the next thing is I'm going to do it for the line also.
Please, I'm lost. If you do that thing again, shoot you.
Okay. Let me go back. All
Chucho,
right.
please, sorry, we do this part again. I beg. Chucho.
Yeah, go on. You said, what did you say, Amaka?
Please, I'm lost.
Okay, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? What part are you in? Can you hear me? All right, moving on. Like I said here, you have your frame. All right, let me admit somebody. All right, so like I said, you have your frame here, and your frame is wrapping this text inside. Okay. Now, I told you if you want to select what is inside the frame without selecting the frame itself, you just need to select the parent frame, which is this, then press enter key. All right, so it selects only the text inside the frame. So if you see from this angle here, this is the main frame, but it selected only the Africa that is inside the frame. So now I want to hide.
Like, I'm lost.
You're breaking. You're breaking. Amaka, you're breaking. Okay. I would go on. I would go on. Now I would want to, select this thing and then push it down a bit. All right, in the way that it's going to be hidden. Now I just pushed the text downwards, but the frame is still intact. It's still in its position. All right. So the frame is still in its position. Look at it here. But the text now is downwards. All right. So I'm going to do the same too for the season. So I select the main frame. I press enter, hold my shift key, then up arrow. Right. So I can actually hide it also. Now I'm going to also shrink the lines also. All right. So let's just move it from here. Remember when you're doing this, you hold your shift and your alternate key, then you left click. All right. So I have this here. I'm going to make it 0 also. 0. So then I have this one too. I think I'm going to make it 0 also. 0. Then this one also 0. This also. This also
Hello,
0.
please.
Yeah, go on.
Jesus. Making it zero doesn't mean like you are pressing zero literally.
Yeah, if you press 0, it makes the opacity 0.
Alright,
Do you
okay, okay.
understand? Right.
Yeah.
So I'm
Okay.
going to make this frame also 0. Right now we have them here, which is invisible, but they're all here now. All right. So let me just add interactions to this one first. So moving it from here to here. Let's put it on after delay. All right. After delay of 800. Okay. Let me just put on 2000. 2000 means 2 seconds. 2000 milliseconds means 2 seconds. All right. So it does smart animate. All right. So let's say ease in and out back. All right. So let's try this one first. Let's see how it is. Right, so okay, I think it's too fast. So you didn't see that interaction very well. So I'm going to make it a bit slower. All right, so 1,000. Let's see how slow it's going to be. So again. So did you see that? Hello.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep
Yes,
going.
yes, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So now, if you notice, right, this Africa, it came from under to the top, then the season came from top to the bottom, right? Then this line here shrinked, like it just expanded, and also the logo here expanded. So one more time. So I think that's it. Then moving on, all right. So we have one interaction done. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this screen also. So let me duplicate it one more time. Then okay. Um yeah. So I'm just gonna push this up. Okay. Hold on. Let me do this first. So I would actually have something of this nature. Let me expand this. All right. So we have this here. Let me give it another feel so you see what I'm doing. So I have this one, two, three, four, and I have my text here. So I'm going to drag that text also. Please don't mind my text. Don't mind my my UX. My UX is rubbish. I'm just trying to pick up something. Alright. So I have a couple of images here that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to quickly do that. Okay. So I think this is nice. So there is something that I had in mind to also do. This is just for the fun of it, nothing else. So all right, so I'm just gonna wrap this into a frame also. Selecting my frame tool, then dragging all this here. All right, so now the next thing I want to do now is I'll just duplicate this also, and I'll put this frame here into this next slide. So let me just change this to Tor. All right, so then let me push this here. Oh, sorry, let me duplicate this instead. All right, now I have this frame here, and I have it here also. Now I want to create a slide that when it's coming to this angle, right, it animates to this angle. You would actually see what I'm doing. So what I want to do now is let me just hide this. Just going to make this 0 for now. Then here, 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 here. I'll push them down a bit. All right, so select this one, push it straight down a bit. Select this one, push it straight down a bit. To select this one, then push on down a bit. All right, so then here I'm going to move them down also a bit. All right, then the next thing I want to do is make everything 0. Then close this frame backwards. Right, so I'm going to animate this one now, then you see what I mean. Okay, let's give it this particular one should be the one doing it. So so let's try this also now. I think that's too fast also. So I'm going to make it slower. 3,000. Let's say 2,000. All right. So now we have that scroll done. So did you guys get that part, or do I explain? Because if you notice, right, if you notice, these images they didn't all come out at once. All right, they didn't all come out at once. There was a bounce. Um, oh, I have questions here. How did you do that? Okay, which one? Great Vegas. Oh my God. All right, so where are you? Where are you lost? Let me know. Let me know. Where are you? You can unmute yourselves and talk. You can unmute yourselves. All right, moving on. So I think yeah, who is speaking? I can hear you. Okay, the logo multiplication. Oh. I just duplicated them, right? Yeah. So on a normal, you know what Figma does? Figma has this habit of Figma reads movements. All right.
No, like, how did you do this scroll for it to?
Which one?
Hello,
Yeah, who is talking? Yeah,
can
I
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you. Yeah. Go on.
How did you do the scroll so that it gets to the other one? It's Amaka.
Okay.
So how did you do the scroll? You know the logo came in.
This logo, right? You hear me this logo?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So first of all, if you notice, right, what I was doing was I was replicating frames. I was replicating them and putting it in the next frame. I told you something about Smart Animate, right? If you want to make you want Smart Animate to be effective in your designs, make sure that whatever is going to be on the next frame should be on the previous frame. Now, but all magic and all interactions and all movements would actually start recording from your first frame to the second frame. Do you get? So if I am going to shrink this logo from here, because everything here is now invincible, right? So when you are moving from here to this screen, Figma on its own detects that there was something here that has the same name as the one here, but they have different size and different movements. All right, so instead of the thing just to appear all of a sudden, it helps you transit the stuff in a smart way to make it be to the next frame. Now, if I'm going to show you something very very quickly, all right, if you notice on people who design um, dark modes and light modes, right? If they want to show you something, they might let me give you an example. For instance, um, iMac, all right. So I have this frame here and I have this frame here. Now I'm going to give bring this text here, for instance, and this one here. So now they're here. I'm going to give them a color for a dark. Let me give them a dark color. All right. Just give me a minute. All right. Now we have this stuffs here. Okay. So I would copy this and I'll paste it here. Now it's here. Now Figma now notice that there is something here that has the same name as the same thing here. So whatever I do here would not necessarily affect here, but it will cause a movement that will bring it back to the original state, just like a newborn baby growing up to becoming an elderly person. All right. So if I'm going to show you something, mm, let's say we have a circle here. All right. So the circle is let me take the circle backwards and give it black. All right. So I'm going to copy this circle here and put it here also. Oh my God, sorry. All right, so now it's in the same position. So what I want to do now is I'm going to make this logo here and this one white. I'm going to make it white. All right, let me take this one backwards. Right, so it's white here now. Then I'm going to make I'm going to expand this. Let me expand this. All right, so here I'm going to shrink this one down, then make it invincible. All right, so now we have this and we have this. So I'm just going to do an interaction. I don't know why this curve here isn't showing, but that's not a problem for now. So what I want to do is I'm going to do an interaction here now. So what I will do here is I'm going to make this one. Once I click on this, okay, then it transits to this one. Then I'll make it smart animate. All right. So I'm going to give it let me say 1,000. Oh, sorry, 1,000. All right. So if it's 1,000, then let's play so you see what I mean. Just give it a second. All right, now we have this here. So if I click here now, did you see that movement? So if I select this also and take it back, it should return to this frame. So now if I click here also, it brings that same circle backwards. So now it means that Figma reads your interactions from the first frame to the second frame as long as they have the same name. So make sure that whatever you're doing on the next frame should also represent the same thing as on your previous frame. So if we're going to try this again, you see it now. All right, you see that movement, right? So do you understand now? Amaka, do you understand?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
All right, so let's go on. Just going to take this out here. I don't need this anymore. So now that's why on this frame now, it's actually reading everything that is here and interacts accordingly. So let's play this again. Right? Then the next thing you want to do is so we have these two now all set up. All right. So moving on, I think we've spent so much time. Let's just keep going. We're going to duplicate this also. Select everything inside there. Okay. Sorry. Let me delete this. Then I want to expand this also. So just going to take this, put it here. Then I'm also going to put this inside the frame too. Right, so it should be on a frame. Hmm. All right, so we have this here. So I'm just going to duplicate this one also. And okay, one more thing. We need one more thing here. All right. I think this is enough interactions for now. So we don't have to do so much. Don't have to do so much here. So we have everything here. All right. So now, if you understand what I was actually doing all along, um, in a situation where you want to build a website and you want to show how those interactions work. Most times we just design a long frame and add all our designs there. Then if you want to interact, you want to show them some kind of movements you want the website to have, you can't show it. All right. So like I said, this isn't about how the design is, but the interaction that's involved in the design. Okay. So one thing also that I would want to do is I would want to bring this navbar out of the frame. Right. So I want to put them on top. So this one too. Right. So I want to put them on top because there is something that I would want us to do too. So here, I'm going to add it here also. Oh my God. Sorry. All right. Now it's here. What we'll do now is I'm just going to link all these tabs here. So, but on this part here, this one, let's give this one our Tor. Okay. And I'm just going to do that real quick. All right, so let me just add one more thing, nothing else, nothing big. So I'm just going to do this and push it up and create cards for birds.
True, I can't hear you.
Okay, I was
So,
actually saying that I just want to show you the
can
last
you
part of
hear me?
the stuff. Hope you can hear me now. Can you hear
I'm
me
waiting
now?
for my part.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me? All right. So this part now, I just added something just to complete the whole circle. Not really that I needed to do it. All right. So let me just do this and we'll call it a day. I think I'm actually done. There is not much thing to do here. All right. So we have all this one now. So the next thing I want to do now is prototype this one also. Let me get this and add it here. Then here I can make the text here a little bit darker. So here I think I'm going to make this one active. So guys, I think that's all. That's it. Um I've actually connected the whole interaction. So what we're going to do now is we're going to check if everything is working properly. Then we'll start taking questions. Okay. There's this bouncing it's giving I don't like. So I'm going to just change it from easing this out to um this. Let's see. So far, is there any questions? Any more confusions?
No, no question. It was when you were doing that variance of the two that I got confused.
I didn't hear which one?
When you were doing that your variance, inactive and active, I got confused at that point because
Oh,
you
I
said
didn't
you're
hear.
going
Okay, can you type the parts you're talking about? I didn't hear you clearly. I think your line is breaking.
Hello, teacher.
Yeah, go on. Hi.
So I didn't really get the first screen. How we are sliding in the. Can you go to the first screen, please? I
Here.
had this African and season. There was
Yeah.
how you created the frame and everything, sliding it, pushing it in, the African in and the season going in at the same time. I didn't understand that part. And another thing, I don't know, would there be a record of this? Like,
Yeah,
can we get a record
yeah,
of that?
it's recorded. So I'll put it on YouTube so you check it out. All right.
All right. Okay. Okay. No
Yeah.
problem. Thank you.
Okay, so on that one now, what I did was on this part here, everything that is here is also here, but they are not invisible because I made the opacity to be zero opacity. All right. So also what I also did was um I told you that I wrapped them inside the frame in the sense that this text here is inside the
Yeah.
frame. All right. So if you look at my left hand side there, you can see the text inside the frame. So I now selected the text there and moved it down like I hold shift and my down key arrow. So it's moving down. All right. But if I actually uncheck this clip content, you can see the position where the text is, right?
Okay.
So but
Yeah.
it's on clip content, so you can't see it. You understand now?
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I did it. So this was how I did it here, right? But on this part here, it became normal. So now a Figma would look at what is here, and if it's the same naming as what is also here, it helps you transit them to this state, which is from the zero state to the end state. You understand?
Okay.
All right, so that's it. Then also for this one here, this whole frame here is also inside here, but it is hidden. And I covered it here because if you expand this, you will see it here.
Okay.
Are you seeing them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now when Figma also sees this movement here and moving it to this direction, it helps you align them with animations smartly to make them become this. That's why it went smoothly and adjusted itself to stay on the right position. So I think that's it. Any other question? Okay, Helen, on the variants, right? I would actually do I think I'm going to do another class, and I also have somebody here who can actually teach us. Well, there is a delay with the system and all, so we would either do a video tutorial on how to use variants and post on YouTube. You get? I think that will be better.
all right. Thank you very much.
All right, no problem. So guys, I think that's pretty much it. So this is the final result of um, the whole So that's it. I think we're done.